Welcome back. We're here for another episode of Unmasked with David and myself, Marissa. Today we are going to be discussing the concept of desire. And spiritually speaking, I think there's many different perspectives on desire according to different modalities that we can study. Some spiritual paths tell us that we should limit our desires or restrict our desires. And Kabbalistically speaking, we are taught that we are meant to receive all the pleasures of this world. And so I thought today we could start by asking David if you can just give us a little more insight into the Kabbalistic concept of desire and what that really means.
Absolutely. So desire, it's the core of who we are. You know, from the moment we wake up in the morning, we have the craving to do something. We have the craving to either to get another hour of sleep. We have a craving for a coffee or for a cigarette or for conquering the world. And that's what drives us. This is like desire is the driving force of who we are. And it could be that we are running on a desire level that is could be only 50% of who truly we are, and we don't even realize there is so much more that we can crave, so much more that we can desire. Can you imagine that we usually blind from our true potential, therefore we don't desire it. So desire is the force that will allow us eventually to get where we want to get. And the question is what we desire. Mm-hmm. So to desire the core of what the universe wants to give us, each and every one of us desire according to his experience of or what he tastes from life. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you taste something, it seems to be good, of course you desire more of it, yeah? Mm-hmm. But if you haven't tested something and you don't know what it means, how can you really desire it, mm-hmm. isn't it?
Yeah.
Therefore, people don't understand that our core desire is to the abundance that exists in the universe on an energy level. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we just desire, its branches. We desire a good meal, we desire a good sexual interaction, we desire a relationship, we desire wisdom, we desire many, many different things which are great, but they're just a byproduct of the original desire that was given to us. Desire is identifying the magnitude of our soul.
Right.
So if someone has very low desire to receive, it means that he haven't connected yet to the endless ability of his soul, truly.
Yes. And I feel like a lot of our teachers put emphasis on having a mindset of abundance. I think that when we focus on keeping our desires small and we don't ask for more, we're not going to get it. If we focus on lack, that's all we're going to draw to ourselves. But if I imagine infinite possibility and endless abundance in my life with relationships, the quality of the relationships, the love in my life, and of course, material things as well, the comfort that is provided by money, the security. If I have a mindset of abundance and I expect that I am going to earn all of these things that I want out of life, then I'm now allowing the universe in a way to help me earn them.
There are misunderstandings in desire when it comes to the different teachings that exist in the world. Mm-hmm. So, especially when you become spiritual, you understand, you feel this ego inside of you and you try to suppress this because the ego say, focus on what you want and make it first before anyone else. Mm-hmm. And so
give
say,
me more.
Yeah, it's me, I want. And you suddenly understand that there is this desire inside of you. So you try to suppress it and you say, okay, I don't want to receive.
Exactly.
And that's a big misunderstood about the true spirituality. Because, when we talk about Kabbalah, what's the word Kabbalah is about?
To receive.
To receive.
Exactly.
So we are here to receive. Meaning that without desiring, there is no way to receive in this world. There is no way. Mm-hmm. Meaning that I cannot really get what I want unless I desire it.
Mm-hmm. So how do I flex my spiritual muscle then so that I can start to desire more and receive more?
First, I need to understand that maybe my desires right now in life, because we're driven by desire, even the desire to do nothing, it is a desire. If a desire to be selfish, a desire to do less, it doesn't mean that it's not a desire. Desire for pleasure, desire for comfort, is desire really not to have any type of pain.
Right.
It is a desire. Or versus a desire that, I'm the one that's supposed to get everything, and whatever going to disturb me, or I'm going to step on it, and it doesn't matter. So I need to identify if this desire is big. It's really connected to the abundance that exists in the cosmos, spiritual, or is it just focused on a tiny desire of the ego? Just to feel good about itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, feeding the ego. So one thing that we put a lot of emphasis on in Kabbalah, and something that's really helped me transform, is having the desire to receive for the sake of sharing with others. So I can have the greatest desire, I can want all the pleasures of the world, but if I'm desiring those things so that I can expand how much I can share with others, with my time, with my love, my attention, maybe it's financial assistance, whatever it may be, if I'm asking for more for the sake of sharing, then I'm going to receive more. It's almost like a cosmic force that I can't stop.
My teacher, the Rav, says that we must come to a level that we desire everything. Meaning that even to be a billionaire, it's not necessarily desire to have everything. We must differentiate that, because it could be that I can have so much more in life than just focusing on one subject, that it could be the subject of money, or the subject of success, or the subject of recognition.
Yeah.
That are very much related to the ego. And versus I can focus on, as the Kabbalists focus, they want to say, we want to remove the pain and suffering from the entire world as a purpose.
Yes.
Whatever it takes, this is our desire. This is our motivation. This is the seed that we plant, and whatever it's necessary, no matter how long it's going to take, no matter how many generations, I don't care if people were going to recognize my wisdom or not going to recognize my wisdom, I want to achieve that goal. So this is the desire of wanting everything.
Yes.
So we need to learn to increase the desire to that level, that all what we want really is to make a huge impact of positivity on the world. And of course, our small, tiny desires will be fulfilled. We will get the recognition. We will get the blessings. We're gonna have them married to bear children and to have amazing relationship. We be able to see miracles, but it's just byproduct. It's just a byproduct of me wanting to influence the world. And some people go the other way around, say, okay, so if I will be a Rothschild, I would be able to give more, yeah? You know, a consciousness that have to be shifted.
Yes.
And it's very hard to shift that consciousness, even when you are on a spiritual path.
Oh, yeah.
it still caught you all the time.
All the time. It's not even a daily effort. It's like moment to moment. You always have to be checking yourself. What's my intention? What's my desire? What's my motivation?
Exactly.
It's not easy. It's a full-time job.
Yeah, and this is the reason many people, they're falling away from the spiritual path, because it's tiring, you know.
It
you
is.
constantly have to fight against the ego that
Yes.
giving you the same excuses over and over and
All the
over
time.
again. And it seems to be, I'm not really changing. I'm not really, why should I give up? Because nothing really changes. I have the same mindset that I have 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest fight. But if I'm willing to sacrifice all those thoughts, and I'm willing to look deeper and see that I did make progress, because we're always making progress.
Always.
Progress is always there. The opponent tried to block us by putting the same kind of thoughts into us, that we still have this small desire to receive for oneself alone. But the bottom line, action talks. I feel, many people will look at me and say, that know me, and say, this person is very dedicated to a mission and to help others. But I constantly feel bread of shame. I feel that, no matter what I've been giving, I've been receiving in return so much more in my life. And I feel sometimes embarrassed that I have to do more and more and more and more. And I'm not always successful in doing more, because you really need to find a way to be more creative and more influential.
Yes.
And more effective. So the question is how we can do it, how we can continue. So it's a long-lasting push. It's not a war or a fight that you can give one knockdown and that's it. It's a constant.
It's a constant battle.
It's a constant battle, and the strong survive. Meaning the one that really desire, they take it long-lasting. Knowing that if I really desire something, maybe I first need to share it.
Yes. Yes.
So this
Be
is
the change that you want to see in the world.
This is the very contradicting thing. I want something to achieve, so first I have to give it away.
Yes.
How could a person that doesn't really connect to spirituality will understand such a thing? I want money and more money, so what is the spiritual rule? You have to give more money.
Yeah.
And it's working
It
when
does. It works.
when you exercise it really with the certainty and the intention. But the bottom line, eventually I need to bring myself to desire the totality of the energy that's meant to be in the cosmos. So what does it mean? It means that when I desire something specific, I'm still like focusing and I'm not seeing the abundance that there is behind it. It means that I'm limiting myself.
Yes.
Instead of, opening myself up and say, okay, I'm willing to let it go because I want to connect to the big picture.
Exactly. And I'll admit, I feel like some people watching this who maybe aren't on a spiritual path or maybe just getting started may feel that this conversation is a bit lofty. Well, that's nice, David, but how can I actually do it? A tool that I found very useful in the beginning when I didn't know how to increase my desire was I would just ask the universe to give me the desire. And if I didn't have the desire to do that, then I could ask the universe for the desire to have the desire to ask for the desire. And truly, it sounds a bit crazy, but it does work. The more I talk to the universe, and I say the words out loud because I do believe in the power of our words creating action in this world, I ask for support, I ask for assistance, and I always receive it.
This is an example that Michael Berg gave to us. Says, if you don't have a desire, ask to have a desire. And if you don't have a desire and to ask for that, ask a desire to ask for a desire.
Exactly.
Meaning that whatever desire that we have right now, we must understand that we should increase it and we should extend it. And it's like a vessel, and the vessel is stretchable. And it's stretchable according to our desire. The moment we ask, but not just asking in a, like many people think, asking is, I want this job and I want to be successful.
I deserve it.
It's even not deserving it. It's like I wish for it, I pray for it every day.
Right.
But how many massive actions are you taking? How much sacrifice of your time,
Yes.
of your ego, of being vulnerable, of just throwing yourself out there to the unknown in order to do that. That's what counts. It's not just saying I want. Everyone say I want, but does it really show in a true desire?
Exactly.
The Rav Ashlag explained that when there is a true desire, the fulfillment have to take place immediately. But unfortunately, most of us not getting in many areas in our life towards true desire. It means that we are like almost wanting, making efforts, making attempts, but we're not coming to the place that's saying, Cosmos, you're going to bring it to me no matter what.
Yes.
And I will do whatever needed. I will do whatever counts.
I love that.
Yeah?
That's incredible.
So the tool is I'm willing to do everything, and no matter what, I will get what I want. If it's soulmate, if it's the amazing career, and again, eventually, when I experience that, I should desire also to receive with openness the full potential of what the universe has to ask for me. With no names or no tags over it.
Yeah.
Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Ferrari,
Yeah.
just pure energy. And the pure energy will give birth to any physical things that we like. No worry about that.
I love that.
So yeah, we are in great times right now. There is new energy in the world, the energy of Capricorn, the one that climbs and always rely on his effort. If he's not spiritual, and when he becomes spiritual, he understands that effort is just to remove the braid of shame in order for the light to be the true giver, or the universe to be the true giver to us. We just making the effort, and usually the cosmos give us as a reward much more than what we invested.
One of the things that we talked about in class together, something that David puts a lot of emphasis on, is perhaps it's time to take stock and analyze our lives and ask ourselves, what is my level of desire, and how can I elevate that and expand and have more desire in my life in different areas? Maybe it's career, maybe you're set in your career, maybe it's your family life, relationships, friendships, how you're giving back to your community. Whatever area it is in your life, really look inward, check yourself, ask where is my desire, and then see how you can push yourself to the next level.
First in desire, and then with massive actions.
Massive action. Always the massive action.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Manifestation. Thank you so much, David. This has been a great conversation.
Thank you.
And we'll see everyone next week for another episode of Unmasked.